Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Neil from Linx Digital, and today I'm joined with Alex from Linx Digital.
What's up, guys?
And today we're going to have a little bit of a special video for you. But before we get into that, make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel because we are putting out a ton of content, right?
Definitely.
We have the entire team pushing out a lot of videos, all YouTube ads related. So make sure you are subscribed. Now, let's jump into the video. So what we're going to be covering today is a method for you guys to evaluate an agency's performance. So when you go out there to hire an agency, what are the key factors that you should be looking at when determining if an agency is doing a good job or a bad job?
I think one of the first things you should think about is what is the primary KPI you want to track. So a lot of times people want to track 10 different things at the same time. But the truth is that in media buying specifically, you really need to concentrate on one primary KPI that is the most important thing for you. So for example, let's say you have a course that you're selling and you sell it through setting appointments, right? So you set Zoom calls and you close on them, right? So cost per call is very often the primary KPI that we want to be concerned with, because if we can get it low enough, we can get a lot of volume of calls going, and then your sales team can close them very, very effectively, right? So for us, in these type of funnels, or these type of offers, that's the primary KPI that we like to optimize for, right? Because what you're doing when you're running ads is you're optimizing for some sort of a metric, right? You want to get that metric as low or as best cost as possible, right? So that is why this idea of primary KPI is very, very important. And then what you want to look at is kind of how long will it take them to get to that primary KPI? Because there's certain indicators that basically tell you that there's a problem with media buying or with your funnel, right? With how your offer is structured, right? So for example, if let's say we usually, with any new offers, we take about 3 months to solve all kinds of problems, right? So for example, once we started working, we would test a lot, right? We would test a lot of different video ad variations. We would test a lot of audiences and how those audiences reacting to your offer. But if after 3 months, and oftentimes you can tell even before that, if you're not getting conversions, so if you're not getting conversions on that primary KPI, right? So if you want to book calls, you want to be getting those calls, right? If you're not getting those calls, obviously something is not working. So that's kind of the first step. And then once you are getting those conversions, the next thing you want to look at is what is the cost of these conversions, right? So, like if let's say the cost is absolutely outrageous and it's not lowering over time, there's a problem with media buying, right?
Absolutely.
Or with your funnel, right? Like your funnel
Absolutely.
maybe just not converting. So you need to make changes to your funnel in order for you to start getting better performance.
Now, in addition to evaluating KPIs, I think it's also important to understand timelines, right? And really evaluating an agency based on when they're able to actually deliver those KPIs. Now, you touched on improvements as well. And I think it's important to know that if the improvements are not being done in a timely fashion, well, then the agency is not effective. If the agency promises you a deliverable or they say we'll match this KPI by this date and they're not able to adhere to their timelines, well, then they're not doing a good job, right? In the same way, if improvements are super slow and they're marginal, and they take years and years to happen, well, then you're still not getting to your KPIs and it's taking way too long. So in addition to that, I think timeline is and timing is also a very important indicator of how well an agency executes their plan.
Absolutely. And to be honest, what you should be doing is you should be evaluating that from day one, even when you start discussions. Because if they outline their process really well to you on a sales call, they explain exactly how long things take, why things take this long, and what are they doing specifically to get you to that target KPI. That's an indicator of a good agency.
I hope you guys got a ton out of that. You have some strategies to go out there and evaluate different agencies, and hopefully you guys get a clear answer of whether an agency is performing well or they need to be working a little bit better. Now, like I mentioned, there are going to be a ton of videos coming onto this channel in the next little bit. We're hoping to get 4 to 5 videos a week, so that a lot of YouTube ads content coming your way. So you won't want to miss out on that. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel and throw a like on this video. It means a ton to us. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks a lot.